I don't read with the dust jacket on my hardcovers. I just put it back on for the sake of this video. I have decided to do a video talking a little bit about me and my experience with trying to read high fantasy. The only high fantasy book that I have gotten through is The Hobbit. I'm pretty sure that's only because I have already seen the Lord of the Rings movies and love them and know everything about the world, so nothing was confusing. I've tried reading a few other high fantasy books and couldn't get past 20 pages of them because they talk about— my problem with high fantasy is nothing about the world is real. It's all fictional, the places are fictional, there's fictional types of people, fictional everything, and nothing gets explained. You get thrown into this fictitious world knowing absolutely nothing about it, so when they mention words that I've never heard of, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know if they're talking about a place, I don't know if they're talking about a person, I don't know if they're talking about an event, I don't know what it is, and it means nothing to me, and I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people are just like, yep, this makes sense, I'm totally following, because I don't follow. So I recently bought Six of Crows, spoiler for my next book haul, for two reasons. One was because of the way Elizabeth Page raved about it. She took pictures of it on Instagram and she posted Goodreads updates, which she doesn't do often. And her review, she raved about it in her review. And I was like, well, maybe this one will be different. Also because this one's about a heist. And so I was like, that's awesome. Whereas other fantasy books are not about heists. And that's less interesting. So that was the one reason. The second reason, it's gorgeous. Like, just look at— oh my goodness, I can't even— and the inside pages are normally more gorgeous than mine, but mine was damaged. I'm so mad. This was like all folded down when I bought it. I'm so upset with that, but I guess a dust jacket covers it, so it's not really a big deal, but like, I can't even— like, it's so beautiful. This book is absolutely gorgeous. I was like, you know what? For this book, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try harder to get into the high fantasy. The first 80 pages or so were a big struggle for me. Big struggle. I had no idea what they were talking about anything. Even in chapter 2, when it was introducing the characters, and I had no idea what they were doing. And I had no idea what they were talking about. And it meant nothing to me, and I was so frustrated, and I didn't want to keep reading. I was like, oh my god! But I kept reading. And things slowly started to get explained. I would have liked them to have been explained before, when the confusing things were happening, instead of afterwards. But, you know, we got there. And then it started getting good. And I'm on page 140. And I'm really enjoying it. It keeps making me smile. I love the things the characters are saying, and I really like Matthias. I don't know why I like him, because, I don't know, he doesn't— I don't want to give anything away for anyone who hasn't read it, but I really like him. I feel like I shouldn't, but I do. I still, even though I'm really enjoying it now, I still have trouble with it. Because they're still talking about things, which there's still things that they mention all the time, and I have no idea what they are still. There's a lot of words that pop up all the time which have no meaning to me. It's difficult for me to follow the story, and sometimes I have to read the same page 2 or 3 times because all of the non-real words just kind of make the whole page jumbly, and I'm like, I don't know what I just read. I have to try that again. So it's a new reading experience for me, for sure. This is definitely the farthest I've gone in a high fantasy book. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy this book for the rest of it, and will probably want to read the next one. I still am hesitant on picking up other high fantasy books, though. So anyway, that's my random little ramble about me and high fantasy books, and Six of Crows being my first high fantasy book. Anyway, it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous, and it took me a bit, but I like it.